I'm at the beginning of a week-long trip around Guyana to see some of the country's highlights, one of the world's largest waterfalls, the southern savanna, and some of the deepest, most virgin rainforest. But I started my journey in Georgetown, the capital, which even in name echoes a time under British rule. Much of the colonial architecture is still standing, like St. George's Cathedral, one of the world's largest wooden buildings. Even a statue of Queen Victoria. But the government is now turning to the interior, hoping to boost tourism by showcasing the country's natural resources.
I see ourselves in maybe the next 20 years being the new and the leading eco, nature and adventure tourism destination. Because our country is in a very, very pristine state and we still want to keep it that way.
I flew southwest to Kaieteur Falls, 5 times the height of Niagara and twice that of Victoria Falls. There are few scheduled flights to the airstrip here and infrastructure is limited. But as I discovered, that's what makes the country so alluring. This is really what Guyanese tourism is all about, and Kaieteur Falls is a great example of that. You arrive by small plane in the middle of the rainforest and come to the edge of one of nature's great spectacles. There are no railings, there are no guards telling you what to do, no fast food chains. It's really just nature at its most raw. And this is the second reason to come to Guyana, the rainforest. A nature walk here is like no other, although it is no trip to the zoo. Wildlife here is very elusive. Behind me is Iwakrama. It's 1 million acres of rainforest set aside for conservation, research, and also for tourism. A canopy walkway 30 meters up off the ground is a chance to witness life in the treetops, a family of howler monkeys, the loopy whistle of a screaming piha. But nature is not the only draw for tourists here. There is also local indigenous culture.
First of all, when people reach Guyana, they are going to visit some of the resort that they have around here, and the way how they will get contact with to know how Amerindian people lifestyle is by the person who is like me, which is guide. That's the way they get the whole information about the Amerindian people.
That kind of contact is also possible at Sarama, a village of about 300 Makushi Amerindians with an award-winning eco-lodge.
The tourism that we do in this community is community-based tourism, which is run by the villagers. But it has been generally a good income because, everybody benefits. If you don't want to benefit, that means you're lazy, you don't want to work, so that you could get, a little income out of it.
From here, I travel down the Rupununi River into the southern savanna and met with Diane McTurk, who explained what tourists might see if they come and stay at her lodge.
They have a very good chance of seeing many varieties of birds. Guyana is brilliant on birding. If you're incredibly lucky, you might see a jaguar.
Karanambu is on the traditional tourist route in Guyana, although that can hardly be called well-trodden. Still, operators are already keen to access new areas and spread tourism across the country.
We have no tourism really to speak of in the northwest, deep in the south and out on the Suriname border because there's no facilities there. I'd be encouraging communities there if they want to get involved in tourism that these are the areas we want to open up.
And that's the kind of place I was heading to in the south of the country, close to the watershed of the Amazon and Essequibo rivers. I've just spent my last night in the interior of Guyana at a small community-run lodge called Cayman House in the village of Upikari. And it's a great example of what Guyana does so well. Small-scale, microfinanced, community-led tourism initiatives. The lodge offers river trips and village visits, and tourism revenues have gone straight to the local community. There is a public library here and Wi-Fi facilities. It's a winning combination, and it's also low impact on the environment, Guyana's most precious resource.